what is going on is the grand Nazi scheme. There's only one political party in the world today, and that's called the Nazis. And you say, well, Adolf Hitler died in 1945, and that was the end of the Nazi Party. But that's because you've never been told what the origin of Nazi is. NA is National Socialism, which was the German Nazis. And in 1923, there was a double agent who came to Hitler, and he said to Hitler, look, your Nazi party is not, your National Socialist Party is not getting off the ground. You need an alliance. And he suggested that they ally with the Zionist Party. So the NA of National Socialism joined with the Zionist Party in the World Zionist Party in 1923, and ever after was known as the Nazis, NAZI. The ZI was for Zionists, but of course no one knew that.
Other attacks on the Jewish community in 1920, 1921, 1929 were instigated by a call of the Mufti of Jerusalem, Haj Amin al-Husseini, who was later sought for war crimes in the Nuremberg trials because he had a central role in fomenting the final solution. He flew to Berlin. Hitler didn't want to exterminate the Jews at the time. He wanted to expel the Jews. Hitler didn't want to exterminate the Jews at the time. He wanted to expel the Jews. And Haj Amin al-Husseini went to Hitler and said, if you expel them, they'll all come here. So what should I do with them? He asked. He said, burn them. So what should I do with them? He asked. He said, burn them.
Live on Channel 5, this is the 10 o'clock news with Deborah Norville.
Coming out revealing secret negotiation between the Nazis and the Zionists in 1933, which allowed German Jews and their assets to go to Palestine. Rich Samuels joins us tonight with the story of the controversy behind the book and the author's struggle to write it. Rich?
Deborah, with the rise of Adolf Hitler to power in the spring of 1933, the Jews of the world were faced with a dilemma. They could raise a cry of protest, a cry few would heed, or they could make a deal with Hitler, a deal that would bring a step closer their dream of an independent Jewish state. The choice they made was difficult and agonizing. This new book describes that choice. The book is called The Transfer Agreement. This is Israel a few days ago, the season of Passover. And this is Germany 51 years ago, the blossoming of Adolf Hitler's springtime. A key factor in the vitality of today's Israel, the book's author argues, was an agreement reached in 1933 between a group of Zionists and the man who would later try to kill every living Jew.
The great irony is that Adolf Hitler became the chief economic sponsor of the State of Israel.
The Nazis had a name for them, the Mischlinge, or half-breeds.
Mischling singular, Mischlinge plural are horrible terms. They mean bastard, hybrid, mutt. It just shows you what the Nazis thought of these individuals.
But amazingly, many Mischlinge and even some full Jews not only tolerated Hitler, they actively supported him. Many would fight for him.
Ich war ja als Soldat, ich trug die Hoheitsabzeichen meiner Deutschlands an meiner Uniform.
Some even joined the murderous SS. It begged the question, why? How could they have fought for someone hell-bent on their destruction? Were these Mischlinge traitors to their own people? Or were they simply doing their best to survive in an impossible situation?
Ich wäre draufgegangen und hätte dann geschrien, ihr Banditen, ihr Verbrecher und so weiter. Und da wäre einer gekommen, hätte Bumm gemacht, dann wäre ich dann tot gewesen. Und da hätte niemandem was geholfen.
This is the strange story of the Jews who fought for Hitler.
Asking the $64 question. Where is Fatso Goering? Your newsboy has it on good authority that Herman is soothing his jangled nerves at his hunting lodge in the Black Forest. Your correspondent also learned...
Yeah, you know, rabbits are. With long ears like this, and a fluffy tail like this. You know. Yeah. Do you think he'll catch me, Doc? Do I think he'll catch you? Oh, boy. He'll have you back here before you can say Schickelgruber. He'll have you back here before you can say Schickelgruber. Schickelgruber.
Mystery even surrounds the paternity of Hitler's own father. He was born illegitimate under the name of Alois Schickelgruber. Later, he had his father's name registered as Georg Hitler, 20 years after Hitler's death. A dubious proof of identity, but from then on, Alois called himself Hitler. His son Adolf had the family tree published anyway, and wrote to the genealogist, "As far as I and my sisters can tell, it is correct." His family line. But his opponents were looking more closely now, and they discovered a Salomon in the family tree. The press said, "That sounds Jewish." Soon, the papers were speculating about the racial fanatic's own racial heritage. A Vienna newspaper printed pictures of Jewish gravestones inscribed with names like Hitler.
What is going on is the grand Nazi scheme.
Hitler didn't want to exterminate the Jews at the time. He wanted to expel the Jews.